Hello Indie Game fan, we have a little bit of everything in this edition of surprise releases, beginning with Ghostland Yard, an adorable looking precision platformer that can be rather challenging. I like the look of this, but the character does remind me a little bit of Slugcat from Rain World, and while this type of game has certainly been done before, it might be of interest if you're craving one of these. Do note that I had to replace the audio in Spin Rhythm XD since, as with most rhythm games, it is copyrighted music, but this is one of the more unique Note Highway style titles where you're spinning a disc in order to match the beats. It's very unique and even supports a wide variety of controllers, being one of the best rhythm games out there. This video is brought to you by Last Kids on Earth Hit the Deck, a roguelite strategy card game based on the award-winning young adult novel and Netflix series set in a monster zombie apocalypse where our protagonist Jack and his friends are the last kids on Earth. In theory, no homework, no parents, and no rules is supposed to be fun, but not when zombies and monsters from another dimension are invading, so pick up your weapons and get to work. It has a combat system where you have to use two characters in a tag team, where of course the complementary abilities and synergies will form part of the strategy. There's plenty of variety in the cards where you're able to upgrade and customize your own as well, with quests to complete and gear to get. I don't think you need to be super familiar with the source material to enjoy this, but it's just a pretty solid deck builder that is going under the radar, so pick it up via the link in the description below if interested. There have been a number of notable first-person platformers in recent years, most notably Neon White from last year, where Hell of an Office is another such title and seems pretty decent. You play as a frustrated office worker in Hell, having to outrun hellfire as you make your way through satanic office levels, building a stapler of all things and looks fast and challenging. I was pretty surprised to see this update for a co-op multiplayer title, and then I realized why, since it has an astounding 10,000 Steam reviews as of recording, which means it sold a whole bunch of copies, where the underwater update of Unrailed adds a new underwater biome with new challenges, the proper launch of timed mode, which includes cross-play leaderboards, the improved compass wagon and more, where it remains a great game to play with friends. We also have the 1.0 release of Deflector, a top-down action roguelite, where the gimmick is they are able to deflect enemy projectiles back at them as a form of counter-attack. It can be a little difficult to read visually due to all the activity on screen and the neon lights everywhere, but the action is good with interesting upgrades and progression. Another colony sim which is chugging along in early access is Starmancer, releasing the Wilderness update. In this game, you play as an AI in charge of a space station, either helping the colonists or going rogue and implementing your own ideas on what to do, where in this update, interestingly enough, allows you to get out of the space station and explore. There are all sorts of things to discover, both beneficial and sinister, fleshing out this title just a little bit more. A title with a great art style is Takara Cards, a deck-building RPG with tactical elements, where the developers describe the game as being about travelling through the cosmos, as well as karma. The gameplay and action takes place on the grid, where you're maneuvering your ship and using cards to dispatch off your enemies, which is combined with RPG-style progression for your character, with a whole reputation and karma system in place. Early access is planned for 5 months, with one main race and ship in the current version, with more planned to be added, but check it out to get a taste of what's to come.
Let's start with the man himself, St. Francis. Now he is a fantastic character. He's just as great at showing compassion to animals as he is at showing rage. After all, you gotta have a whole spectrum of emotions.
Perhaps fittingly, we also have an update to Inculinati, a turn-based strategy title that uses an art style similar to what you would find in medieval manuscripts, releasing the St. Francis and Friends update, where the Friends part is the most interesting. St. Francis is a new Inculinati master, the patron saint of the environment and animals, which of course means new types of units like the pigeon, sheep and wolf. Our new hero also comes with new special abilities, where the update also comes along with the expected quality of life improvements since the game is in early access. However, the more interesting part is that it includes a crossover with Pentiment, the Obsidian Entertainment adventure game, which is of note since that studio is under the Xbox banner, where their main character, Andreas, is now a playable unit in the game. It's kind of wild to see crossovers like this, which I do hope to see more of, where this game continues to improve in early access. We also have a new content drop for this stylish, top-down, Souls-like roguelite, where it includes 8 new characters which are evil variants of the characters in the base game, where Devil Slayer Raksasi, Incarnation of Darkness is a paid DLC, but adds enough new content to be worth it. We can watch this video to find out why the base game is awesome.